have no fear in meeting new people.
I may communicate in ways that are different from what you are used to.
Structure, routine.
And clear expectation.
Help me do my best work.
My autism allows me to have a perspective that needs to be seen and heard.
It allows me to make the world safer and improve systems in ways others can't.
It allows me to bring people's inner worlds to life with my artwork.
My autism
will bring your team important insights.
Thank you for your consideration.
An autistic inclusive workplace is good for business. It's time to make a change. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/win.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown at the Avenue. We are your cousin subs of the day. I'm a club sub, the legendary Home of Blow, along with
the legendary Dame Elsie in the building.
What's going on with you, family?
What's going on with you, brother? I'm all right.
Hey, man, I had to sip to, I know we had said it on Wednesday when you were here about your daughter Nyla's birthday, but I'd done a sip to that on Friday.
Well, thank you. And I heard that, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Absolutely.
Nyla just turned 20. Nyla Elsie just turned 20, and that's crazy. When kids, because she's my third born, and when they start becoming adults and things of that nature, it's like, wow.
Right.
You know, it's like now I have this whole, and my oldest daughter came by Sunday. Her and her boyfriend came by, and we watched football and stuff like that. So it's just like, to see them become adults is crazy. Right. And 20 is a milestone. It's like, okay, she's out of being a teenager. She's not 19, she's 20.
Right. That's right.
And so it's a lot. And
how do, speaking of that, like, how do we break that bond? And I'm not saying with our daughter, like, in that sense, or our children in that sense, but I'm just saying to let them go. You get what I'm saying? Because that to me ends up being kind of like the hardest part. Like, okay, she's grown. He's grown.
It's difficult. When
okay, I thought it was just me.
When Ayana went away to college, and she's 27 now, so she went away 9 years ago. So when she went away to college, that was rough. You know, because it was that summer before she went away, I was so worried. Because you hear all of the stories, and one of my worst fears is that something happens to them right before they're supposed to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the whole summer I didn't sleep. I was a wreck because she was okay. She gotta go. What if something happens? But because I'm not gonna tell her you can't be out in these streets. You can't have fun.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And so when she finally left to go to school, it was. And I slept for like 2 days. No lie.
Okay.
And so it's hard letting your kids go, but you have to always have in mind that this point is going to happen. And I've always raised my kids to be independent. So they would do things, and I'm sitting back. So I was always in that position of sitting back and watching until they need my help. You know what I'm saying? Until they come to me. So it's also, it wasn't as difficult as it is for most people, because some people are like helicopter parents.
Right.
They always around.
Absolutely hovering.
They always around. They always there. They always helping their kids do everything, anything. That wasn't me. You're going to get through this on your own, but if you need me and you can't, here I am to help you. So as they went away to become adults, it was, and the fourth one went away to go to North Carolina Central. It's easier because I've always treated them that way.
But I think that's how it should be. But the way that way, but you got so many that are just overprotective, and I think sometimes that may also come from, in my opinion, maybe their upbringing,
right?
Whoever the parents are. You feel what I'm saying? It's like, you know what? this is where I got failed at, or this is where my letdowns were. So I'm going to make sure throughout my child's life that they don't have to worry about that type thing.
They're never going to have to deal with what I did.
Right. Absolutely.
Or it could be they're going to, my mother or father did such a great job that I'm going to mimic what they did.
Right.
And that's what I do with my mother. And, you know, did such a great job. I'm like, well, I'm just going to mimic what she did because me and my sister turned out great. So this must be the way to go.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So this is what I'm going to do. And
Absolutely.
that's what I've done with my kids. So you can start a tradition or you can break a cycle.
Real tough.
With your parenting.
Real tough. And I think that the other side of that is the ones where we're talking about mimicking, and then they're mimicking something that is detrimental to our society and definitely in our community because the mother was, you know, on drugs, or the father was on drugs, or, you know, a dancer, all kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? And then they grab hold to that. Like, hey, this is all I know. My mama took me to them places.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And that's that old fraternal attitude. You know, both of us are in fraternities and stuff like that.
Yes,
so you know, it's like, well, they did this to me, but I'm gonna do this to
when
you.
I get that,
when I get that chance, I'm gonna do that to you.
Yeah.
But not that that's bad. I'm just using that as an example. But we have to understand the breaking of generational curses, and what happens is just because that's the way that. Like, everything my mother did wasn't great. You know what I'm saying? Like, but most of it, you know, I'm not a mama's boy, but she has a degree in psychology. She knows stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
but
sir.
then on the flip side, if you look at my sister and her relationship with my father, may he rest in peace, is not as good as mine was.
Right.
So when she went about choosing her husband to be, who's the GOAT, I call him the GOAT. My brother-in-law is the GOAT. She was like, I'm going to do everything my daddy wasn't, this person has to be. You know what I'm saying? And so I say it can become a detriment or become you can use it as a positive about how you go about doing it.
Yep.
You know?
We
got into some deep stuff early on. That wasn't even planned.
Right.
And it just happened.
But it's important.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That's one of the things that I always try to make sure that people understand. Like, we're not just talking to be talking. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. It's some real life. What did the Fat Albert and the Cosby kids said? Hey, if you're not careful, you might learn something.
Yeah.
Because there were actual lessons in every episode. There was lessons on bullying. There was lessons on just so many different things. And before you knew it, you know, like, okay, I didn't learn something.
And that's how it should be anytime you get on the mic, right?
Absolutely.
And you have to, because when I was in college, and I've told this story before, CeeLo Green from Goody Mob came to school, and he came to Florida A&M, and he was like, you know, y'all have we was talking to a bunch of artists and stuff, up and coming artists. He's like, y'all have a talent, and then having that talent, you have to use it for this, or you can use it for that. But understand that God gave you this talent,
right?
So I'm not saying you got to be out here preaching, but you have to use it for the benefit of the community. And if you're using it not for the benefit of the community, at some point, that talent will be taken away from you. You know what I'm saying? And if you're not using it, and so when I have the mic in front of me, I'm going to try to make sure that somebody's going to learn something from what I'm done. It may just be two people out there that's listening.
That's right.
That may have heard what we just said about parenting and all of that, and maybe have a baby on the way and be like, you know what? I'm going to be that type of parent. Let me look that up and see what that is and what they're talking about. I don't want to be the helicopter parent. I want to be this other parent that let their kids go off and learn and experience. And when they need me, I step in. That's how you build more independence.
I know I can
mind.
be what I want to be.
And that's odd because all my kids know that. That's odd that you say that song because all my kids know the words to that song.
People should.
Small
you know
stuff like that.
Yeah, people should, man. It's a lot of gems out there. On our YouTube page, Dr. Clarissa Lawrence, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Gabe Williams, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Sister Star Lorena Star Marie, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Venus Jones, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Remember, you can watch us live on YouTube. You can check us out on Facebook Live. You can check us out on X. And while you're there, whether it's the follow, the like, and make sure you subscribe and share. You can share it. We're trying to get to that 5,000, and we are on our way, Dane. We are on our way.
Getting closer every day.
Yeah, absolutely. So we appreciate you, and we hope everybody had a safe weekend. Dame, we have to dive into it a little bit because there's still, the press conference about the situation with Elijah Wilkes, 26-year-old Elijah Wilkes, who was shot and killed on 49th and Mill Road here in Milwaukee. And people were saying what they seen, and I was really on the stance of, I like to wait for the receipts. And me and Bailey were talking about it, and it's like now there was a press conference that was held. I don't know if you got a chance to check it out, but the family, along with their attorney, B. Ivory Lamar, ended up saying that the mother, the family, they got to see the video. He got to see the video, and they admitted that Elijah Wilkes, 26-year-old Elijah Wilkes, was wrong with his actions, and they feel that him losing his life was a justifiable situation. But we still have the community that there's a grainy video out now, and everybody is Facebook detectives. They're forensic, you know what I'm saying? They're forensics now. They're CSIs, and that has created a whole another dynamic, as if saying they don't believe the family. And I'm like, the family is grieving. You get what I'm saying? It was a tragic situation that took place. But the family took accountability and said, hey, we saw it. We saw it even sooner than they would have normally had a chance to see it. And they are not happy that their son or the cousin or the brother is deceased, or nephew or whatever he may have been to the immediate family. But we are comfortable to say, okay, we don't feel that law enforcement was in the wrong, that they did. Yeah, there's that grainy video. But yeah, so we need to talk about that when we come back.
Yeah, when we come back, we can chop it up. But I've been staying away from it. But yeah, it's a sad situation. We can talk about it on the other side. Yep.
We got to get ready to take care of some bills. You're listening to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. I am the legendary Homer Blow, along with
legendary Dame Elsie in the building.
We got Andrew in the producer's booth. Great morning, Andrew.
Good morning, Homer.
We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
It's a bird bash at Potawatomi. Thursdays, you could win up to $50,000 cash in the Bird Bash game show. Just play with your rewards card this October for a chance to win. Wouldn't you like to rake in a huge pile of cash? Bird Bash, only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info at potawatomi.com/birdbash. Must be 21 years old to play.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Calling all black-owned business owners and entrepreneurs. Are you looking to share your story and grow your reach? We have teamed up with Associated Bank for our Black-Owned Business Give Back. Each quarter, 4 lucky business owners will win an opportunity to spotlight their brand and journey on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. To sign up for your business spotlight interviews, visit blackbusinessgiveback.com. That's blackbusinessgiveback.com. Let's rebuild our community's backbone through exposure on the truth. For official rules, head to blackbusinessgiveback.com. Associated Bank, member of the FDIC.
We're black. Again, welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. Of course, we are inside the American Family Insurance Studio in the heart of downtown Milwaukee at the Avenue. The legendary Dame Elsie, the legendary Home Blow. Sincere Ronnie Ray Real, great morning, love you, appreciate you. Patrice Green, great morning, love you, appreciate you. ATV Bob, great morning, love you, appreciate you. Hashtag that part, hashtag facts. We appreciate Truth Nation so much. The Truth Talk text lines are open as well, because we definitely want to hear from you as we go into this segment. 833-212. And I've got permission from Bailey, because I like when she say 1017.
I heard that.
You know what I'm
At least
saying?
you ask for permission first.
Right, absolutely.
You just bite her stuff.
There you go. There you go.
There
you go.
This dude. Still in my style.
So 833-212-1017. But it's important, and we got to lead by example.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? We got to lead by example. So instead of me just starting to say, 1017, you get what I'm saying? Like,
ask for permission.
There you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There you go. Permission granted. So we good. So there's, okay, I guess we need to show the grainy video from someone's alleged Ring doorbell. So if you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook Live or on X, you'll see the video, and it's supposedly showing what happened, but, you know, in my opinion, it's so grainy. So it is playing. There's no audio to it, but the car in the front is Elijah Wilkes' car, and the truck is the officer, the off-duty officer at the time, who was allegedly headed to work.
Okay.
And so
that's
people
him getting out of the truck and him standing by his truck waiting for Elijah to get out of his car.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then the confrontation happens, and you know.
So Elijah was what's the brother's last name?
Wilkes. Elijah Wilkes
was on his.
And condolences to the family and all of the friends and all of that.
Absolutely.
And I'm sorry, y'all got to keep trying to relive this. You feel what I'm saying? Because I've seen people on social media saying, "Hey, can you take that down? Look, we didn't already, that
saw
video
was
the
fast.
real
I didn't
video."
even see what. Yeah, you can't really see on that.
Right.
What I just saw.
And even where they're trying to make the little arrows, like, you can't make that out. You can slow it down. You can try to do this. You can try to do that. And you're just not able to see. And the video that law enforcement has is clear. It's a very clear video.
Where that video come from? Same thing, or
I forget if they said a dash cam or something like that. But
he's got a dash
it was
cam or
something? It gave them clear sight of everything that happened.
Oh, so he has a dash cam in that truck that he's driving, probably.
Yeah. So, yeah, it said everything. It's documented, and that's what the family got to see how it all played out. And I just wish that if the family has said, like, it reminds me of, I guess, the Rodney King situation. You know what I'm saying? Can we all just get along? Of course. People had their feelings on that, but he was like, look, okay, I'm coming to grips with this bull that happened. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm laughing
for
because
them,
I'm picturing the Rodney King,
right? Absolutely. May he rest in peace. But yeah, so it's like if the family has said it, like, can you allow them to go ahead and grieve and mourn the loss and still have to plan a funeral? I
feel you, and in this situation, they with the Rodney King stuff was different because he
absolutely,
he was beat into submission, and he was trying to just get away with it and stop having people. He was, the Rampart division was evil and was on something else. So in that situation, that's different. But with the family saying, okay, we saw the video, this is what happened, and he
was wrong.
He was wrong. He tried to pull out a pistol on him, and he was wrong, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But we have to understand that as a black community, we have dealt with trauma at the hands of the police for so long that it's hard for us, even if the family says we're going to think of some other reason why not to believe that, they got paid off and this, that, and other. All this stuff that's crazy, right? That we know that as critical thinkers, that's probably not the case. What happened here is probably the case that this young man was wilding, and this is what happened. Because I have my own, and my story is coming from a point of my own experience. I was turning off of 22nd. I think it was 22nd in Juneau, 22nd in North. I was turning off of there, turning left. There was a lot of cars piled up, and a brother came. He was going west, and he was flying from the light. But when I looked and turned, and it was turning, he was all the way down on 20th. He was all the way down on like 19th or something, right? He was that far back on 20th, right? Because there's 20th, then there's Fond du Lac, then there is where I was at. So he was all the way on 20th. So as I'm turning left, he's on me now. Because I'm looking, okay, it's a long line of cars. There's no cars coming this way. I'm doing everything. So I'm looking, I'm turning, I pull out, I look, that car's all the way down there. I start turning left. But because this dude is going 100 miles per hour down North Avenue, he swerves off and almost loses control. So I stop, like, make sure the brother's okay. He gets out his car, starts walking towards me. Similar situation. He gets out his car, start walking towards me, walk up to my car. I say, hey, young brother, don't walk up on my car. I jump out the car, but I got my hands up. I'm like, hey, you need to calm down. Because what's going to happen after this is up to you. So you need to calm down because it was an almost an accident. Nobody got hurt. I'm walking away, you walking away, but the decisions you're about to make now could alter that. You know what I'm saying? And so he listened to me. He was like, you right. Let me calm down. And he walked back to his car, and I don't even know the brother's name. He walked back to his car, drove off, and that was it. Not saying that that's what's happened in this situation, but I understand that that's what happens when people get in accidents is that they get upset. Things occur that shouldn't occur. So do I think that this young man didn't have his gun? No, I think he probably had his gun. Do I think that when he walked up on the officer, maybe they exchanged some words and maybe the officer didn't say whatever? Yeah, that probably could have happened. But regardless of all of that, this young man shouldn't have pulled out his gun, one, and pistol whipped him, or shouldn't have showed his gun or whatever he did to show this person that he was strapped up.
To escalate it.
There was a lot of escalation that took place when they met in between those cars that could have avoided this young man, the end result. Yep. And so I'm not absolving the police officer just because this young man had a gun. I'm saying he shouldn't have had a gun, but there was a lot of stuff that went down that probably both sides were in the wrong a little bit. But when you got to pull out a gun on somebody, you've opened yourself up to the consequences that come. And this is a consequence that can come. You losing your life. That's why people have to think. People have to use their minds before they go into these situations. And even when you're angry, we always talk about emotions and stuff like that, right? We can't think on emotion.
Yeah, we're going to play the clip of his aunt. Was it Latrice? Yeah, and this is from Fox 6 News, so we're going to listen to this.
It transpired that way, and it did. And my nephew, he made a decision that he should not have made. And that's just something we have to live with. Him as a person, he was a son, a brother, a grandson, a nephew, a little brother to someone, my son, Jeffrey. You know, a lot of times y'all hear about how good an individual was, but their actions don't depict who they were. But in this case, that's really who he was. That day, you know, just a bad decision. And now we have to live with that forever. That's something we have to accept. We're going to accept. Again, we thank the Milwaukee Police Department, everyone who came out. You know, we've seen Von them out here, you know, like the community really came out. We didn't want anyone to riot, get to, you know, going off about anything. We just really wanted to know and keep things settled because, again, we are one community. We all need to join together at some point in time. And everything that's occurring around the city of Milwaukee, it has to change. No matter if you have an encounter with a police officer or just a regular civilian on the street. At that time, I don't believe Elijah knew that it was a police officer, but whether it was or it wasn't, the encounter should have been different.
Absolutely.
There you go. And we got to get ready to take care of some bills, but that is it, and it really should be kind of like the final say and allow the family to continue to deal with what they have to deal with and their reality. So we got to get ready to take care of some bills. We definitely want to hear from you, Truth Nation. What is your truth? 833-212-1017. 833-212-1017. We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Did you forget the first day of school is this week and little Nancy still needs her name embroidered on her backpack? Or the company shirts are due now, not next week? Maybe the boss just declared Steve's retirement party is today and the shirts are mandatory? Whatever the rush. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more in Mequon has got you covered. With fast turnarounds, no minimums, eco-friendly printing, and high-quality custom apparel, Big Frog brings your custom ideas to life fast. Stop by Big Frog in Mequon or visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more, where your ideas leap to life.
Join us for the Greater Milwaukee Urban League's annual Black and White Ball on November 1st at the Bear Center. This elegant evening supports vital programs in employment, education, and economic opportunity for our community. Enjoy an unforgettable performance by national recording artist Sean Hinton and step out in your finest black and white attire and be part of something transformative. It's not too late to be a sponsor or reserve your seats by visiting gmul.org. That is gmul.org. The Black and White Ball. Building brighter futures together.
It's time for Truth Takes, a thought-provoking commentary on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Here is Kyle Wallace with his truth.
Truth Nation, I guess I've officially graduated from big bro to unk status, at least according to my little cousin. That's what he said. Now, at first I pushed back a little bit, and I was offended by the assertion that I was old enough to be unk. But after a little thought, y'all, I actually embraced the label of being unk and the responsibility which comes with being quote-unquote unk. See, as unk, I think it's my duty to look out for and support the youth and young cats coming up after me. Embrace the role as being a mentor and role model and aim to protect our kids at all costs. With the news cycle always seemingly being negative towards the youth, we need to take it back upon ourselves to change the narrative and uplift our youth. Our kids are so much more than fights, stolen cars, Kia boys, or acting a fool in public. We can't allow a small population of children to depict who our kids really are in the city of Milwaukee. You have to resist the urge to want to bash our kids and be so quick to pass judgment or disparage the youth. And we got to stop acting as if we were not once in their shoes, making poor decisions, having regrets. I know we have all been there. Now, regardless of how funny it may sound to say YN, don't label our kids that. That is far from a term of endearment, and we have to remember you become what people call you. If someone calls you dumb over and over and over again, you may start believing that you are dumb, and you may start having self-doubt in oneself. Don't put that type of self-hating energy on our youth, Milwaukee. We need to call them YKs and YQs for young kings and young queens, even when they might frustrate you. Remember, they are still only kids. With the summer being here, there is no better time to encourage them to aspire to be great. Give them positive reinforcement. Give them positive affirmation until we get it through their minds on who they really are and what they can become. An unstoppable force of greatness.
Listen to Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace weekdays from noon to 1 p.m.
Eastbound 94, we've got some backups coming in from just past 92nd Street all the way through the Stadium Interchange. Northbound 41, backing up a bit from Mayfair Road up past Burleigh. Southbound's going to be slow from just south of Main Street all the way down to Good Hope Road. Right about where Main Street meets up with 41, though, we've got a couple of broken down vehicles. They are out of traffic, but just something to keep in mind. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy, otherwise a high of 67. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
We're black, and welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Of course, on the YouTube page, DE said, yeah, you're right, but did the officer address that he was an officer? I don't think he did. Then he came around and said, or she said, and once again, you're right, because if this was a regular person, you pulled out a gun, it could have been me. And that's what I want people to also understand, too. Melody Madden, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Said, a woman with integrity. This aunt did the right thing. It's still a tragedy, but I admire her strength. And I think that's what we got to do. We're getting ready to go to the Truth Talk text lines. Again, what's your truth on this situation? 833-212-1017. We've got Al from Sherman Park. Great morning, Al. Love you, appreciate you. What's your truth?
Hey, good morning, Homer.
Great morning.
And LZ. I commend the family on coming out and speaking the truth of what they saw, and condolences to them. I think there are always going to be people out there who think there's a conspiracy based off of their worldview. Mm-hmm. And I think there are going to be people out there who want to find some oppression or racism in the situation, because I said there are people out there who look for racism and oppression 24/7. Like an all-day sucker, they just savor it. But in this case, it wasn't. But even if it wasn't a police officer, we said something like this when we saw the kids celebrating with guns in the graveyard, mm-hmm. and that if you pull out a gun, you don't always know who you're pulling out a gun on, and that can get yourself killed. So, yes, a gun can be a powerful deterrent or a tool or be used to bully other people, but also realize other people may not take your aggression and turn it against you in the most worst, deadly way. And I think that's what we need to be mindful of when we're running out here with these guns and jumping out with guns in inappropriate situations. And that was inappropriate to pull out a gun just because of a car accident.
All right. Thank you for your comment on the Truth Talk text line before I let Dane in. I see him chomping. Stacey Evans, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you on the Truth Talk text line. Said, morning, gents. Well, I sent this text out Friday in quotes below, Homer. Born and raised here, 57 years old. Hate to say it. Sometimes you just know. Already know where this is headed. Off-duty cop probably thought you were dealing with just a regular citizen. Once again, family saying my baby doesn't carry a gun, etc. I apologize if wrong, but we'll see. All right, Dame, no, you wanted to address. But again, if you'd like to get your comments in on the Truth Talk text line, 833-212-1017. Let's get your truth on it.
Al kind of slipped in there, the all-day sucker, because they think about racism and they view things in that light. Well, that's what we have to do. And we act like, and even in this situation, I understand that the aunt came out and she said, y'all chill. This is what happened. I respect that, right? But I'm not mad at the community for having the thoughts that they have and not trusting the police officers in this situation, because we've heard too many times where there's situations where we supposed to be trusting the police officers and it doesn't happen. So this isn't something that's out of nowhere, this feeling that the community has and this trust that the community has for those in blue. This isn't just out of nowhere. This isn't, you can't say, like Al was like, oh, they think about racism. Well, you act like we haven't been dealing with racism since we've been in Milwaukee, since we've been in America. That isn't what we've had to deal with. So to say, like, don't even think about that. Get the hell out of here with that. That's ridiculous. That's stupid. I'm not doing that. And we live in Milwaukee, one of the most segregated cities in the world, in the country. And we've had instances where we have been in a position where we're supposed to trust the boys in blue, and it doesn't happen. It doesn't occur. So at this point, when the family comes out and says, look, y'all, this is what happened. Stand down. All right, we stand down. But I'm not mad that in the initial phases that people were having a distrust for the information that was being released, because we lived through that. We all have 6 degrees of separation, especially in the city of Milwaukee, where we know of somebody that was locked up because somebody lied. We got whole civil cases against the Milwaukee Police Department where 1,000 or so black men were harassed and stuff was done to them by the ACLU that they're paying for. So let's not act like that doesn't happen and the police don't lie and it doesn't happen. But in this case, the family came out and they said, that's not what happened, y'all. My little bro was out here acting wild and this is what happened. So we have to stand down on that.
Yep, 833-212-1017, Truth Talk text line. What's your truth on this situation? How's your thoughts? And I know that a lot of you have probably been caught up with the 8 million stories in the Naked City. And even when you end up hearing the family, like, I look at that, in my opinion, as a disrespect. Once the family has spoken, you know, again, they've had a chance to see it. Okay, the rest of us won't get a chance to see it for 15 days. Well, and that's whittled down now because of the day that it happened. So in another 12 days or so, you know, we'll get to see the video because then it'll be released to the public. And it's one of those situations, people, that if I am told, you know, by the family, as Dame said, you know what I'm saying? If we're told, like, hey, look, we seen it, you know, but in the meanwhile, you got all these other people that are, again, it's an argument within our own community, Dame. Like the social media posts that are, and all these people, again, I can't help but bring it back around to all of this investigative work. But yet we have unsolved homicides of people right here in our community. All this investigative work, all this, I got a video, I was right there, but nobody is in custody, nobody is charged. And, you know, some people may say I am beating a dead horse with this, but we still don't have anybody charged in the murder of O.G. Tweezy and Kevin Lewis, Bubs Dub.
So are you blaming the people or are you blaming the police?
Well, I'm blaming the people. The reason I'm blaming the people.
Don't do the investigations, though.
Yeah, but if the community is not cooperating with the police, because the community knows different people that are out here doing these things, and they don't end up saying anything. Dame, there's so many videos you can watch where they're describing the whole crime. They on Facebook Live talking about, and you see old girl over there. She was in the car, and the one that's standing right over there. And then and they talking about it. But then soon as law enforcement say, "Hey, man, I just got here, man. I don't know nothing about this. That I don't know nothing about that." But does that help that family that is grieving because it was their loved one that was murdered in this situation, or the crime that was committed?
I think,
and we got another Al. Go ahead.
I think too often times in our community, we have obviously where we know information and we don't put it out there for that information to be garnered. But there's also on the other side, police officers, just like you're talking about that stuff on Facebook, they see that stuff. They see they talking about it. Go talk to that person. Is the investigation leading up? Let me finish home.
Yeah, but that is it in the criminal complaint.
Is the investigation leading up to the point where they're going to talk to this person and they know this person knows something? Why? Okay, this person is giving you, maybe they not the ones that's going to come forth with the information, but you got this information and you can get around that other ways. I think it's a two-way street. I think as a black community, our murders and our stuff aren't investigated as hard as if it was a white chick that was killed or if it's a white man that was murdered. Those things are investigated much harder, and it's been proven that is the case. So I think it's a two-way street in that. So I can't place all of that on the community not coming forward. I think it's a little bit of both in that regard.
We'll agree to disagree. I think it's more on the community because we're the ones saying that we need this solved. But again, at the same time, you got people that'll end up saying, yeah, they be shooting. I bet it was them because they be shooting all the time. But law enforcement does follow up, and this is where I was going when I was trying to say, in the criminal complaints, it ends up saying that the Facebook posts, Instagram posts of a live video of the person, that's how they ended up getting this person now, and they were able to go get those people and end up saying, okay, well, here's your live right here.
Right.
We got that.
I agree with what you're saying, but what you're saying is like, if they saying it on here, why aren't they saying it to the police? But the police are already watching everything they saying, so maybe that is their way of saying, this is what happened. You see me talking about it, go find this person now.
Yeah. I end from hearing that it doesn't end up appearing that in the criminal complaints. But we're going to go to Al. Great morning, Al. Love you, appreciate you. What's your truth, Al?
Well, my truth is, I find it mighty funny. They want to bring up some kids with guns in the graveyards, but this same person never bring up them kids that was raised with them AR-15s by them bastards that's shooting up these schools. I find it mighty funny. You wanted to try to pull the wood clothing over racism, and the party you suggest don't even like your kind, and they don't ask for it. They rape it and take it. Son of a biscuit eater. So let's not push this narrative on, trying to make it seem like, oh, well, when kids in the park, been in the graveyard with their guns, when a lot of them is raising Joey, don't know how to raise a clip, drop a clip at the age of 3, and the same Joey don't even like your kind who want to rape and take your damn innocence. So you have a great day, and make sure you put that out there, because they don't like your black ass neither. How about that? Happy Monday.
We got Al versus Al on Al. Al versus Al.
Right.
Sheriff Parker Al versus regular Al. We got Al on Al.
You gonna learn this morning. I'm just trying to tell you.
Yeah, I love it. Ding, ding. Ring the bell. Let's go.
Touch gloves. Hey, give us a damn and then ring the bell.
Touch gloves.
There you go. Listen.
But let me say this real quick.
Go ahead, bro.
To what he was saying, you're right, Al. And you didn't go too far, so we appreciate that, and we understand that. And to what you were saying about the criminal complaint and all of that, see, that's where we differ. See, whereas you might believe the criminal complaint, I believe nothing that the police say. And that's the difference, because of what I've been through and what a history has shown me about how police put in a criminal complaint. And a criminal complaint is a lot. We have ACLU cases right now that the city of Milwaukee is paying for, where they have put in a criminal complaint. I did X, Y, and Z, and I did this. And then we find out they ain't did none of that. And they done dug up people's butts and went and did this, but they ain't put them in the criminal complaints. So I don't believe criminal complaints. And as a black man, it's hard for me to believe something that they say when they do the things that they do to us.
Dee Dee, we see you. We got to get ready to take care of some bills, and we'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
It's 1017 The Truth. Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
The Humane Animal Welfare Society, HAWS, believes in keeping pets healthy and families together. No one should have to choose between rent and veterinary care. The Wellness Clinic at Hawes Animal Shelter in Waukesha offers important basics of dog and cat care to our community. Pet owners can schedule general exams, sick visits, receive vaccinations, even get preventatives and nail trims. Appointments are available weekdays and can be scheduled by calling 262-542-8852. Contact Hawes of Waukesha today for your pet's care.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Truth Nation, the Truth Summit 2025. It is coming on Saturday, November 15th, 2025, presented by 1MKE and hosted by 1017 The Truth and Good Karma Brands. It will take place at Thrive on King at 2153 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Milwaukee. Doors will open at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. The panel discussions will begin at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So make sure you come on out and join us for Truth Summit 2025. It's happening on November 15th, 2025. 10 a.m. the discussion will start, but the doors will open at 9:30 a.m. You don't want to miss it at the Thrive on King, 2153 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I am the legendary Home of Blow, along with the legendary
Dame Elsie in the building.
We're going to the Truth Talk text lines. We've got Dee Dee, who's been patiently holding. Great morning, Dee Dee. Love you, appreciate you. What's your truth?
Okay, good morning. See, so my thing is this. I listen to you every morning, and I hear you so often say, oh, well, the community should do this or the community should do that. They should come forward. They should do this. They should do that. But when the community do come forward and those particular individuals that try to help get ostracized and the police drop their names to everyone in the neighborhood, who's going to help them while they're trying to help?
Crime Stoppers, 414-224-TIPS. You don't even have to tell them who you are. You can just give the information. Crime Stoppers, 414-224-TIPS. Spell out TIPS on your phone dial, and that way you can still be a part. And Crime Stoppers have ended up helping solve a lot of crimes here in our city. So we get it. We understand that people look at retaliation because retaliation is real. It's happened.
It does occur.
You know what I'm saying? But again, they have anonymous ways that you can still give the information. You don't have to end up going to court to testify. And to me, in my opinion, the Crime Stoppers 414-224-TIPS works. And it's another tool that we have where you don't have to feel like, oh, man, if I say something, man, they come into my house and they going, you know what I mean, do this and do that.
Is Dee Dee still there?
Yeah, Dee Dee's still there.
Right.
Go ahead.
You say that you don't have to go to court or anything.
No.
If a person does choose to go to trial, they have a right in order to know where that information came from. It's not like a federal case where they can keep all of their witnesses under wraps.
Crime Stoppers,
because of how high profile.
Yeah, Crime Stoppers omitted that part of it. The police, law enforcement will then do their investigations, and they will end up being the one presenting this information. So it won't be you. That's how you don't have to go to court.
Okay. All right. If you say so,
listen.
Unfortunately, I've been to trial twice myself.
Did you use Crime Stoppers?
I know that. No.
Oh, you saying you were on trial? I got you.
Yeah. I've actually been to trial, and I'm telling you that once that trial starts, it's like the discovery. It's called discovery. Yeah. All of that, it's got to be presented in order for due process to actually occur. In order for due process to actually occur, I got to have a chance at defending myself, or whoever it is that committed the crime got to have a chance at defending themselves. So any and all information, including how they got the information, including where the information came from, has to be presented.
Well, what
is it now? Federally is not the same, but state-wise it is. That's how it goes.
Thank you, brother.
So if I'm the one they call Crime Stoppers, I'll be in court if they choose to call me as a witness.
Well, thank you, brother, for calling.
Thanks for calling.
I think what Homer is saying is, and I'll speak to both sides of it, right? Mm-hmm. What Homer is saying is Crime Stoppers is automatically anonymous. You just call. You're not leaving your name. You're not leaving your number. You're just saying such and such is involved in that murder that took place on 16th Street. And now the police have somewhere to start, and they can say, well, we got a message, we got an anonymous tip on Crime Stopper that such and such was. Now they have to go build their case.
Absolutely.
After that.
That's it.
They have to go build their case.
That's it.
Off of that information or somebody saying something to them. So it's not like their whole case is built upon this anonymous tip that they got.
Correct.
But to your point, though, that is a righteous fear that people have of dealing with the police, and that I know from what I do on a daily basis as a legislative assistant is that people will call me instead of calling the police because, like, man, I've called the police. They'll say I called the police and they showed up at my door. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm calling you to tell you what's going on in the neighborhood. Don't show up at my door, and now everybody know I'm the one that made that call. Situations like that. We've had situations where people have wanted to testify and wanted to give information, but they were prevented from doing it anonymously and not going through the Crime Stopper. So that is a righteous view that you have. But what Homer is saying with the Crime Stoppers is that's the way around that view.
Circumvents all that.
Because now it's just anonymous, woo woo bam. Or you could call your order person and they'll put it in like and if the police sweat us, I'm not telling you who it was.
Because MPD even has one, and I'm trying to have Andrew look it up for me now. But they got one where, again, they're not coming to your house. They're not doing it because they know that they'd rather solve the crime, you feel what I'm saying, than have to try to, say, well, we got another unsolved homicide, we got another unsolved shooting, robbery, rape, whatever it might be. If we get it, then let them cook, basically. You know what I'm saying? Get them the information, and they're going to cook from there. They'll cook from there because a lot of times they may not have any leads because you got people who still waiting on justice for their loved one who was murdered years ago, decades ago even, and it's crazy. I think that we have a True Talk text line call that may be coming up. But again, Raina Aldalpi, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Lori Patterson, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. Let's see. That's because we, the streets, know who shot Fam. He wasn't the target. He was standing next to the target. ATV Bob. All right. We're going to go to...
What are you talking about?
I'm not sure.
Are you talking about Twan?
I don't know.
Come on, man. Don't put...
We got Andre. Andre, great morning. Love you, appreciate you. What's your truth?
Hey, good morning.
Great morning.
I was just commenting on that debate regarding the police responsibility or the community responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. In a perfect world, we would want bad guys in our community basically handed over to the police without an issue, because if they violate in our community, they shouldn't be in our community until they act right. The police really's only function is to bring that case before a judge. It is not to find people. In my 27 years of law enforcement, I probably came across, meaning as an officer, actually saw the event firsthand maybe a handful of times in 27 years. 90%, 99% was information given from the community to the police to solve the crime. It is the responsibility of the community to actually police itself. The police is just the strong arm of the community, not the other way around.
All right. Therein lies the problem. Yep. That's a 27-year. That's the problem. Is that we have where there's that disconnect. The police are saying, if he's speaking, and I don't think he's speaking for the police, and he's saying that that's not our job to find. Well, it is. You're police. You got detectives. You got we've seen CSI shows. We've seen what happens. Don't lie to us. This is your job, but don't put it on us.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
So we got to get ready to take care of some bills, but on the YouTube and Facebook Live as well as X, you can see the information where you can submit a tip to the Milwaukee Police Department. We got to pay some bills. We'll be black. We've got some other things that we're going to be talking about on the other side. But if you have a comment, 833-212-1017. We'll be black.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this.
Congratulations. Woo! God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away. Aww. So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
Hey, Truth fam. This is your girl, Melanie Ricks, and I want to remind you to tune into Nothing But the Truth digital show with me, Melanie Ricks, presented by Visit Milwaukee. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., a new episode drops on the 1017 The Truth YouTube page. And since it is on YouTube, I hold nothing back. I give you all my hot takes on celebrity gossip and give you the tea on relationships that you don't want to miss. Subscribe to 1017 The Truth on YouTube so you never miss Nothing But the Truth digital show, dropping every Wednesday at 6 p.m., presented by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class.
Where strong voices meet strong opinions.
Tell your kids who were supposed to be the seventh generation that Paw Paw's an idiot because Paw Paw decided he wanted to be Make America Great, but meanwhile the Chinese ain't buying soybeans from us no more because of policies Donald Trump put in, and they voted for us. I don't know what we're gonna do. I know what you should have did. You should have voted for somebody that wasn't gonna put tariffs out there. I love God, but God can't save you from nonsense. You don't deserve a bailout. You can't sit here and vote one way, and then when your economy gets decimated, your way of life gets destroyed, you want to pray to God? God didn't tell you to go to that poll and vote against your own best interest. That was your own damn problem. That was you. But don't ask for prayer when you block your own blessing. That's why I don't feel bad for these farmers. You voted for this, and now you reap what you sow.
Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace, every weekday from 12 to 1, streaming live on YouTube and on 1017 The Truth.
We are the keepers of the wild, America's original and most invested conservationists. For more than 80 years, we've been committed to conserving wildlife and the natural landscapes that define our nation. From rugged alpine ridgelines to peaceful tall grass prairies, we've supported the conservation of more than 36 million acres of American wildlands. Our funding has led to cleaner water, fresher air, and improved wildlife habitat. From abundant fish and waterfowl populations to robust deer and elk herds, nothing is more important than maintaining wild spaces for adventurers to explore and wildlife to thrive. We are America's hunters and target shooters, stewards of the American outdoors.
America's hunters and target shooters, along with firearm, ammunition, and archery manufacturers, have invested more than $46 billion to help state fish and wildlife agencies manage and protect wildlife and wildlands across America. For more information, visit outdoorstewards.org.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 1017 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. This is Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Great morning, Truth Nation. Welcome to Truth in the Morning on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. We are your cousin subs of the day. I'm a club sub, a legendary home of blow, along with
the legendary Dame Elsie in the building.
Brought to you by Cousin Subs. Of course, Truth Talk text line, we're seeing if we're going to navigate a little bit, but Andrew, I think they still want to chop it up. So we're going to keep it going. We're going to let it cook.
It works sometimes. It's just, see, community, y'all call in. Y'all tell us what y'all want to talk about. We have subjects. We got a litany of subjects we could talk about today.
That part.
But this is cooking, and this apparently means something to y'all, so we're going to keep it going.
And I know it would, because it's the social media part is just going. Greg, great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. What is your truth on this, Greg? I see you got a different perspective here. Great morning.
Yeah, man. Good morning. Good morning to the people and everybody, before I go in and work. But, with the police issue, man, I seen another video of that, man, and I'm looking at it like, police do lie, and everybody got to admit that. They train to lie, they lies, they going to say what they going to say to cover themselves. And if you watch that video, anybody that's from, I'm going to just say black individual that know about what pistol whipping is, that man did not pistol whip that officer, bro. The other video shows that he did not pistol whip that officer, and the family and I'm going to speak on the family too, because I don't care. Police or no police, I'm not taking up for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's your family. Why would you sit up here? No amount of dollar can make me go on TV and say, oh, yeah, that my son pistol whooped the police. And then that AI stuff that's out here, they can transform anything to make it look like it happened. You know what I'm saying? And that's what a lot of people ain't looking at. We so blind to the fact as black people, and we blind to the fact as black people that we don't see the truth of what's really going on. And that, it's just confusing, because we supposed to be smarter than them. You know what I'm saying? And just like me going through some stuff right now, which I want to bring up and speak on, that I've been trying to get the news to speak on and everything, which I have a federal lawsuit against Racine police for misconduct and things like that, and a judge who accused me of saying I'm going to shoot him when I said I was going to sue him. You know what I'm saying? So with that said, police lies, and they train to lie. You know what I'm saying? That's why they're in a union. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people don't look at that. They just looking at, oh, they here to protect and serve. No, they ain't. If they was here to protect and serve, we'd have police like back in the day that passed out baseball cards. You know what I'm saying? That ain't like that no more, man. And police they got the green light to kill black individuals. That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't look at it. And a lot of people blind to the fact, and every time they see a dreadhead, gold mouth, cardied up, or a person would look like they got some money and get killed by the police or get killed out here is always, oh, he was in something, he was in something. Not really. Half of the time it's not. They really don't be in nothing. You know what I'm saying? So
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Greg was like that.
But they do give out baseball cards. They started it. They started
back up?
Yes,
That's
sir.
good.
Yes, sir.
We,
yeah.
You know, it's been times we've asked for that to happen. Like
they give a lot of them away at the birthday party for the kids too.
But and you know, shout out to Gabriel the Angel because that was one of his things. But my man Greg right there was like a bowl of soup right then, where you know one spoonful is like, oh, this is the best. And then another spoonful, like, oh, what was that one? And then you go back, like, oh, that's a good spoonful. It's like a meal you eat that's like that. That's not consistent all the way through. Because Greg had some great, excellent points. You know what I'm saying? And him, from his experiences and the things that he's been through, Greg. So I'm sorry you going through that, what you going through with the court system, what your experience has been with police, and it's not minor incident, and it's not something that doesn't happen a lot to black people. So I feel you, and I respect what you are going through. Now, as far as the AI and all of that stuff, we might be going too far then, because we talking about a police department that can't put cameras up, but now they're using AI to alter video. We have to be in tune with what is possible, and we can't allow even a valid point of view, come on, man, you ain't gotta do me like that just because it's AI. But what I'm saying, you have to allow a valid point of view to be valid, even if it's against what you may believe, because we have critical thinking and we're using it. And so you've been through a lot, Greg, and I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate you telling us what you're going through, and you shouldn't have to go through that. So my heart goes out to you, prayers goes out to you that you are survived that, but let's not let our own stuff blind us from what is actually going on. Now, should we trust police? Probably not. Should we be able to trust police? Yes. But due to history, do we do that? No. So you're not wrong in that.
Great morning, RN Kawanda on the YouTube page. Melody Madden said, don't get mad, get even. Sip 45, great morning, love you, appreciate you. Said another Spectrum caller.
I hope she ain't calling the boy autistic or something. Is that what she's saying? What she's saying, Spectrum Mobile? I hope that's what she's saying. We're going to go, because y'all wilding out on the YouTube stuff. We got people calling my man. Listen, we're not going to stand for none of the talk. Yeah. Because we don't know what that man's, we've seen this man for 10 seconds on this video.
Real talk.
And he made a mistake. We don't know what his life was about outside of that. So we're not going to label him a thug.
Right. And even the family just said he made wrong choices. He made wrong decisions on that day.
Right. And you're not labeling the police officer a thug. He went and let off shots. So so we don't know nobody's life outside of that 10 seconds on that video. So let's just keep it to that 10 seconds on that video and refrain from saying derogatory stuff about him, about his family who are grieving, going through whatever they going through.
And that's the craziest thing. That's the craziest thing, man. Like, you got a family that they got to plan a funeral, bro, as I said early on. You know what I mean? And people are like blatantly on social media, Dame, calling them liars. They lying. You know, it's like
those are people that are, you know.
833-212-1017. That is the True Talk text line. 833-212-1017. Somebody didn't like what Andrew had to say on the text line.
What did Andrew say? What did he say?
Well, I can only read the first part of what Melody said.
What did they
said? Morning, Andrew. Columbus did not discover. I cannot say the other word because it's not allowed
when did you say Columbus discovered America?
I didn't say anything.
Hey,
did you say it last week or something?
Listen,
I know you ain't say nothing like that.
All I know is
they just going at you because you white. That's what it is. Because it's Columbus Day, right? It's today Columbus Day.
Indigenous Peoples Day, Dan.
It's Indigenous Peoples Day, but Trump tried to make it Columbus Day back again, right?
Right.
But it's Indigenous People Day, and so I don't blame you for that. I don't blame Andrew for that.
That part.
Our white representation on the morning show. We don't blame you for that.
Bruh, I'm really stop. Listen, man.
And you know I love
Where
you,
we
bro.
at, bro?
That's my bro.
Where we at, man? Where we at?
Listen, going back to
I'm
Greg,
just saying.
I'm sorry, Greg, that you're going through what you're going through. And y'all on these YouTube and text line, y'all be respectful. And people on social media need to be respectful of this family's wishes. And I understand that you don't believe the police, but if we have to understand the what's the word I'm looking for? The chain of command.
Absolutely.
And in the chain of command in this situation,
right,
it's her nephew that got killed. So if she's up there saying,
"That's right,"
y'all stand
and the mother's
down,
seen it. Yeah.
And so unless we see something different, or we have a reason to believe that what she is not a truthful person,
right,
and she is a conniver and a liar, which I don't know her to be that because I don't know her.
Right,
but, you know, her braids was clean.
Right.
But all I'm saying is this: step back.
Yeah, it's like any other family that says, "Please respect us. Let us grieve." Like, you know, it's like when people lose somebody, even if it's for cancer or anything else, or somebody just passed away, and they're like, "Please respect the family. Just give us privacy right now. We see your calls, we see your text messages, but just give us some time to grieve. Let us, you know, deal with this eternal situation, because it ain't gonna turn around." You feel what I'm saying?
And listen,
and some people don't even want to do that, which is crazy.
I've had so many people that have passed in my life that in those situations, people oftentimes look for somebody to blame. Instead of it just being, this is what happened. We always looking for somebody to blame. That can't be right. Something happened. This happened. That happened. And for this family to come forward and be like, look, y'all, this is what happened. Because I know how easy it is. If there was any inkling, that's why I'm chilling. If I was like, if there was anything in that video that they saw that was like, that man was a little bit wrong, or he should have did this, or he just shot him for no reason, they wouldn't as easily been like, "Lil, my nephew was wilding right there."
Right.
You know?
Right.
And so, because we know if you've ever experienced death and you've ever experienced somebody dying close to you, and whether it be in a hospital at the hands of a doctor, and not the doctor killed them, but they just died, whether it be out on these streets or whatever the case may be, when somebody lose that finality of it makes you want to look for somebody to blame. The finality of death makes you want to look for somebody to blame. And the fact that this family is saying, nah, I don't want to have to put that on that man. My nephew was wilding, and I probably would have popped him too. You know what I'm saying? So you have that. You got to be like, okay, let me step back until this video comes out. And then now if the family, you see the video, and now you like, oh, the family missed this and they missed that. That's different. But right now, you ain't even seen the video they seen to say that they lying.
Right.
That's all. So chill.
Man,
you gotta chill.
Man, listen. Again, the Truth Talk text line is 833-212-1017. If you want to get your thoughts heard. Melody on the YouTube page said, a positive note, the 2-day policy of showing family the video works. In the past, Breanne Green's death in county jail, months of not seeing the truth of his death, torture. 2-day policy is good, and 15 days for the public. You get what I'm saying? So, and that part was work with the community, coming to meetings, which we always tell people how important it is. You know what I'm saying? Coming to the meetings, letting your voice be heard, even if you have to come in remotely to the hearing or to where people get a chance to speak. It's important. It's important. Sitting at home being a armchair quarterback is not going to help at your point be heard or your voice is being heard. That's why when we talk about they got to fill these rooms up when these listening sessions are going on, or when you can go speak. I was just seeing the situation where people were able to speak to the Common Council, the full Common Council, and let them know some things. We got to get ready to take care of some bills. We'll be black.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
I'm going to say something. I'm a conservative, as you know. I might not agree with you all the time, but even when I don't agree with you, you crack me up. And the other guy, he just pretends conservative all day. And you do make me think. But when you do better than anyone, you think on your feet.
Now that
That was a compliment coming from somebody who is as Trump-loving as he is, that can appreciate what we do here.
Listen to The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, weekdays from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m.
Ready to buy your first house, move into your forever home, or simply refinance? At Associated Bank, they've got you. With the right lending plan and guidance, you can achieve your dreams. Your financial goals are much closer than you think, and Associated Bank is excited to help you reach them. Learn more at associatedbank.com/lending or ask a banker for details. Subject to credit approval. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. One call, that's all.
What is a DJ? Do we just play music? Maybe some are that simple. For me, I create memories that last a lifetime. I'm always thinking about how songs connect. I read the room. Every event is an open canvas, a new world. So what's a DJ when you hire me? I'm a vibe architect, a curator of euphoria, a guaranteed good time.
I know you want me. Every day, not only when you're lonely.
Whether you have a wedding, festival, corporate event, or any other special occasion, get your free consultation with DJ Remaniac today.
Trailblazer!
We believe that self-care isn't selfish. I'm Maddie from Sweet Talks, a women-owned and operated medical spa fostering self-love and confidence. We believe that beauty is about feeling empowered from within, and it's truly a passion for our team at Sweet Talks. Your goals are our goals. Our services go beyond injectables, including facials, lasers, medical weight loss, hormone therapy, and more. There's even a cafe, complimentary to all patients. Get started today at Sweet Talks in Menominee Falls. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Don't let a trade-in get in the way of the phone that you want. You can get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in required, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details. So you want to get that new phone? You want a trade-in? You can get the phone that you want because you got one of them prehistoric phones. You got T9 on your phone. Yeah. Go on and get you a better phone. You can get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in required. And we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. It's U.S. Cellular. Built for us. Terms apply. So make sure you visit uscellular.com for more details. Yeah, if you got a T9 phone, bruh, that's when you hit that bruh.
Yeah. If you still got a T9, you might as well just, send smoke signals at this point. That's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? There's so much going on out here.
Yeah.
Get close. There's too much going on for you to be that far. Come on now, get close.
Hit up U.S. Cellular.
U.S. Cellular. Get
UScellular.com. Get your details so you can get rid of that T9.
Yeah, get you $100. Get you something nice.
Right.
$200. You get a good, nice Android or something.
Right.
You ain't got to be where you are.
Right. Hello?
You don't got to be the ridicule of all your friends.
Is it me you're calling now?
They need to let me do that commercial. You don't have to be the ridicule of all your friends.
Right.
Come to T-Mobile. We'll hook you up. Boom.
Yeah. From T9
Andrew?
To your phone being a T-Rex.
That's a good commercial,
dominating.
Right? That's good. Okay. Andrew said it's good, yeah.
Okay. You can go from a T9 to being a T-Rex.
Yeah.
Predator.
That's
all I'm saying.
Yeah. You don't have to be.
Bruh.
If you tell anybody you don't have to be the ridicule of all your friends,
right?
They'll be like, I am the ridicule of all my friends because of this phone.
And now,
that's what they're thinking.
And now, thanks to your visit to uscellular.com to get more details, you won't have to be the hang-up of all the jokes.
Hey, what the hell are you talking about?
I don't know.
Before we went to break, you were talking about.
Okay, go ahead. Bring us.
Andrew, what
bring
was
us
you talking
black,
about before we went to break? Before we went to break, We were talking about. I don't completely forgot now. We were talking about T-Mobile's phones and stuff. We were talking about
T9.
We were talking about the community and Homer.
Yes, sir.
What was we talking about?
Well, we were talking about the fact that people with the law enforcement, we were dealing with law enforcement, but we were going to switch it around and talk about the athletes.
Right. So we were talking about law enforcement. We were talking about you old. That's what it was. See, I got the ribbon in my mind. I'm getting old. Anyway, you know what's crazy? I was talking to somebody today, and this is completely off subject. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and we were talking about, man, what is this dude's name? And we couldn't remember the person's name. And we're like, bruh, we old. Because then once we remembered his name, it was
turned into Betty Wright.
Now I remember. How did we not remember this man's name? Right. That's what happens. You know, take your ginseng, your ginkgo biloba, whatever it is. But we were talking about people being a part of what happened with the police. In this case, with the young man that unfortunately lost his life at the traffic incident and traffic stop, and the police involved with an undercover police officer, and now that they get 2 days, the family sees the video in 2 days, and then the community sees the video in 15 minutes, and how that came about.
Absolutely.
And this is a transition to how that came about from the George Floyd era, and how people wanted, and people were out, and they were out in droves, and how everybody in the community was out talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because of the visibility of it. And that visibility was also extended to those in sports, those in entertainment. And so they were provided as protesters that cover to protest this and to do that. And because now it's not going away because this athlete or this entertainer has offered up the visibility to it so that the world is looking at them now. And if they're looking at them and they're supporting it, then I have cover to support it. And just recently, Doc Rivers was doing an interview, and Doc Rivers, all y'all that know, is originally from Chicago. And so they asked Doc Rivers about, and the Bucks were playing in Chicago, and they asked him about what was going on in Chicago, and Doc Rivers had this to say.
It bothers me. I mean, I'm trying to it's just awful what you watch and see, and you know, people getting zip-tied. I mean, that's not this country. That's not what we're about. I think the mayor's done an amazing job with everything he says. You know, I think this is starting to like separate us all, which I hate. This is not. You can be, you know, pro civil rights or what's right, and not be like anti-white. And I think that's what it's starting to become in some ways, and it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. I would hope that this was the Ukrainian immigrants being detained, that everyone on both races would fight for. That's wrong. You know, it's just wrong. You know, I think every American is good with, if there's criminals on the street, we want to arrest the criminals. My dad was a cop, for Christ's sakes. My dad would not be proud of this. I know that. My dad would have a major problem. I couldn't imagine my dad going to work right now and have to protect ICE agents and doing what they're doing. I couldn't imagine him wanting to go to work. I think he'd call in sick, you know? And it's just so, did you walk around the city today? This is an amazing city. You know, riding down the elevator with a couple, I wish I could remember where they're from. Their daughter just ran in the marathon, and the couple was so proud, and they were saying, man, this is the best marathon. The city is amazing. I've never been to this city. Wow. And then the dad says, but we were so scared. We thought there was civil unrest everywhere. And he was like, where is it? It's nowhere. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. And shout out to Doc Rivers. You know, from Chicago, played ball at Marquette. Is back coaching the Bucks, and shout out to Doc Rivers for not being scared to speak on that situation. And what we're saying is, people, I guess the question we're asking the Truth Nation is, do you think that athletes and entertainers should speak out more concerning what's going on, whether it be what's going on in our communities, what's going on nationally with Trump and all of that stuff, and ICE and immigration and whatever it is, whatever the issue may be.
Mm-hmm.
Whether do you think that there should be more athletes willing to speak out and take stances on stuff? And me and Homer were talking about it.
Yeah,
and it all depends.
And that's where I'm going to say, like, with my opinion on it, it's according to what level. And in my opinion, Doc Rivers is at that level that I'm talking about, where financial stability for him, if people begin to try to turn on him, people say, okay, well, you're never going to work in the NBA again or whatever, he know that he's going to still be all right.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you don't need everybody else to start your own basketball camps and things of that nature. So he can still stay attached to what he loves to do without having to be a part of the NBA. If that, but
he
a lot
still get his bread.
Absolutely, that top, bottom, middle line.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a lot of people who, again, they're afraid.
Mm-hmm.
They're afraid of what it could do, and I'm sure they probably got agents that would say, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. Don't do that. And so even if they want to, they got people in their ears saying, look, you see what happened to this one? See what happened to that one?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's why, and that's in every genre, like every, whether it's actors, whether it's hip-hop artists, whether it's, professional athletes. It's that thin line.
Yeah.
And sometimes once you've had a taste of it, you don't want to let it go.
I think under this situation,
ask Kanye.
Right. And so what I'm doing is, like, when I saw, and I had already had that topic together, but then when I saw the video of the young man and him allegedly pistol whipping the off-duty police officer, the off-duty police officer falling back, letting off shots, doing what he did, the thing that's being lost is both of them got guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we had, and as I was thinking about this topic here, I was like, I'm looking at that, and I'm not just making a shot in the dark connection here. What I'm saying is, what if we had an athlete or an entertainer from Milwaukee come out and say, look, this all happened, but we need gun control. As a community, would we support that dude?
And that's what is important.
And so, because in that situation, when you're watching that video, outside of everything else that's going on, is two people having a shootout on a public street. Anything could have happened. So do we need more gun control? And if an athlete comes out or an entertainer comes out and says that, would we support that athlete in that? Because the NRA is going to go after him. All these other people are going to go after him. All shut up and dribble. But are we going to support that athlete or that entertainer to the point where if they start losing commercials and they start losing stuff, and I'm just saying on the local level, and I'm just looking at it because all things is local, so I just broke it down to that. What are we going to do? And we have to put ourselves in a position and ask ourselves as a community what we would do, because if you don't do that before something happens, when it does happen, now you don't know. You don't have a plan.
Yep.
So on the other side of the break, I think we needed to discuss that.
Yeah. 833-212-1017, Truth Nation, we want to hear from you. We'll give you the results of our early part of this poll when we come back.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
This is your Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin Community Impact Moment on 101.7 The Truth.
And what are some of the ways that you're inspiring people? Because, you know, one of the biggest opportunities, in particular in the African-American community, is access, exposure, and awareness.
For Versity Blood Center of Wisconsin, we've been here 76 years.
Wow.
And our mantra is saving the lives you love. So if someone you love needs a blood transfusion and they're in any hospital in Southeast Wisconsin here, that blood's coming from us. And so we're trying to make sure that we're communicating that, because I think folks maybe don't understand that blood can't be manufactured. And summers are always tough because schools are out and we collect about 20 to 25% of our blood from schools. Mm-hmm. So it's always a day-to-day struggle. We say that the blood that's on the shelves is the blood that saves lives. And a lot of times people are compelled to donate when something bad happens. And our mission and our job is to educate folks so that we can get ahead of the curve and keep 3 days of inventory on the shelves. Mm-hmm. So we're in a decent spot right now, but we're on the streets every day trying to inspire people to join our mission. One of our big projects that we're proud of is Versity on King, which is part of the Thrive on collaboration in the Gimbel Schuster building on Martin Luther King Drive. And next year, we're going to open a destination center there. It'll be a blood donation center, but it'll be more than that, because we've realized that we can't be transactional with our relationships in the Black community. We need to do things that are intentional and that show that we're there to stay. But the reason that we're there is because not enough people that look like us donate. And so for disorders like sickle cell disease that disproportionately affect us, the race can matter. But I like to say that, you know, Black folks have a superpower in their blood. 44% of Black blood donors will have this rare trait that makes their blood more likely to be able to be a match for a sickle cell patient. And that 44%, like that is way higher than what we would find in other races.
To make an impact by donating blood in your community, visit versity.org today.
Eastbound 94 backing up from about 76th Street through the stadium interchange. Westbound side doesn't look too bad until you get past Highway 100. Then it tightens up crossing over the county line. Southbound 43 heavy from just south of Good Hope Road all the way down to Bender, and then again from just before Hampton down past Burleigh. Southbound 41 also backing up from the county line down to about Good Hope Road, and then just south of Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, slight chance for showers, mostly cloudy, a high of 67. Tonight, partly cloudy, a low of 53. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
This is Truth in the Morning on 101.7 The Truth.
The 24th annual A Novel event is coming. Sharp Literacy Yearly Fundraiser will happen on October 28th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Baird Center. Green Bay Packers all-time leading receiver and Super Bowl champion Donald Driver will be the featured guest and keynote speaker. Funds raised at a novel event will support the delivery of Sharp's team-based education program to thousands of K-3 through 5th grade students and educators across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. For tickets, visit sharpliteracy.org. So make sure you support a novel event supporting the delivery of Sharp's team-based education program to thousands of K-3, that's important, thousands of K-3 children through 5th grade students and educators who are across Milwaukee, Waukesha, and Racine. Remember, for tickets, visit sharpliteracy.com. Speaking of children, speaking of teens, I gotta give a birthday shout out to DJ Tootie. She is 16 years young today.
Sweet 16.
Yeah.
Happy
Tootie, happy birthday. And may you be blessed with many, 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 many more. And may your DJ career continue to flourish. You're looking for a young talent. Make sure you get in contact with DJ Tootie. She's on social media. So, Tootie, happy born day. May you be blessed with many, many more. And to your mother, hello, great morning. And that's some of the truth in the morning.
Yeah, I'm checking out the YouTube chat line.
Yes, sir.
And my man, check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook Live right now. You can also download the app and listen to us live wherever you are. My man RMKE said, no matter who we are, we still poop on a toilet. Yes, their opinion matters. And he was referring to what we were talking about before the break as to whether entertainers should and entertainers and athletes, professional athletes, should speak up more. Y'all support where the money is. LOL, the men that look up to athletes and rappers will listen. That's from Gigi. Melody Madden said, Doc campaigned for Kamala last year. I heard him speak at Rose Park with Kamala's husband, her brother-in-law, not open to the public. He has the right to speak. Our right is to defend that. And then also Melody added, she's sorry she's blowing up your chat line. So she's apologized.
It's all good. Andrew, our producer, again, great morning to you. What are the results thus far with, do you think athletes/entertainers should speak out more, yes or no?
60% say yes, they wish more athletes spoke out.
That's good.
Yep. And my thing is, when they do, we got to stand behind them.
We got to stand up.
We got to stand behind them because, like Nick Cannon, and that was, in my opinion, that was an epic fail. But it goes back to what I was speaking of when Nick Cannon made the comments that he made, and we were ready. We were like, "We got you, Nick. We got you." Nick didn't last a week and a half before he said,
I don't even know
I'm
what
sorry.
Nick said, but
I'm sorry. I apologize because they stats wilded out. They stats the Masked Singer.
It takes, and that's why we as people respect those that if they do it, and we've shown that we can stand behind them, but sometimes we don't, and we miss the mark, and we don't understand what it is they're doing.
America's Got Talent.
He lost all his stuff, right?
Yeah.
But it takes a strong person. Like, everybody ain't Muhammad Ali. Everybody ain't somebody that can give up their career for, I'm not going to war, and I'm going to take your whole career, your whole opportunity to make money, and you're still going to fight. So in hindsight, we all respect Muhammad Ali. But how many people in the time period that Muhammad Ali was in was like, Cassius is crazy, because they were still probably
right.
Cassius is crazy.
Right.
He need to just go on and sign up. They not going to make him go to war. He just need to go on and do it, and then he can fight and make his money. There were those people.
Eat the cake anime
type people. So I'm asking the public, like, what would you do? We have had Colin Kaepernick, who took the knee, and he's going to get his money from the league. He's going to sue him and get his money. But when Colin and them was calling for black people to stop watching the NFL, did y'all stop?
No.
No. Because I didn't. I stopped for maybe a season. I'm not going to lie. And I'm black on, black on.
I got you, bro.
I stopped for maybe a season. So I'm speaking from my own experience, things that I know. When Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf was not standing for, who formerly known as Chris Jackson, was not standing for the flag in Denver and wherever the place he was, did I stop watching the NBA when they blackballed that brother? No. So I'm saying to the people, we can say all we want about entertainers and professional athletes, but we have to have their
absolutely
back. We have to show them that that when they do that to them, that we're gonna have their back. Now, throughout history, we have done it. John Carlos, Tommy Smith, we've shown our love. They took the fist and couldn't run and make their money doing something that they have been training their whole lives to do.
Yeah,
we support them. Yeah. We've got to do it across the board to make it easier for those in those positions to do those types of things. And when they do those types of things, gives us, we don't understand the give and take, that gives us cover, because now they can't just be like, where are you from? We're going to destroy you. Well, you're going to have to destroy LeBron James.
Yeah. I'm about to bring up something, and this took place before the fact. And I don't think a lot of people may have paid attention to this, but it goes into what we're speaking of right now. When the ostracized man that we know as Sean Diddy Combs created the Vote or Die campaign, went around the country, T-shirts.
I had a T-shirt.
High profile.
My whole family had T-shirts. We thought it was great.
I know. But
I don't even know where you're going with it, but I'm just saying.
I'm going with it that a lot of the high-profile people that joined in his campaign, you can literally do a Where Are They Now?
Wow.
And that's where I'm going with. You get what I'm saying?
So we have a problem with not supporting those that support us.
Man.
Is what you're saying.
Man.
And that's my main issue with any part of, and you know, Homer likes to talk black people accountability stuff, and we argue because I think that's crazy. But in this situation, black people need to support other black people when they in a time of need. And if that person that supported you, you need to stand up and support that person as well. And even when we go back to the first story where the auntie came up and said what she had to say, by supporting her, you know what we do? We shut up. Let's fall back. That's support. Falling back is support. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And when Kanye says George Bush doesn't like black people, we stand up. We support that. When LeBron James says what he has to say, and then the news lady tells him, repeating Trump, that he should just shut up and dribble. Is that okay with y'all?
Nope. And again, like I say, we live in a world where if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. If you don't hit them in their pockets, some of these boycotts that went on, a lot of these big
because I don't
billion.
He's showing a picture right now. Look, I don't know none of them people except Diddy. That's Don King. Where Don at?
Is it? Put it up.
It's 4 people in voter die shirts.
Yeah, I don't see the graphic on YouTube. I don't know. Where is it at?
It's on YouTube. We put it on YouTube. But there's Don King, there's a miscellaneous guy, there's Diddy, and then there's another miscellaneous guy.
I'm not seeing it.
I don't know who the other miscellaneous guys are. And even Don King, we ain't seen him. So to prove your point, Homer.
Yeah.
You know you can't see it.
Yeah, I see it now. Yep.
Do you know who those other guys are?
No, I'm just saying, bro.
They could be randoms, or they could have been famous in that day.
They were famous people.
We don't know who they are right now.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't get to Diddy because Diddy just kept moving. He's obviously connected. But everybody else that was talking about vote or die, your career is dead.
For the most part, bro.
Your career is dead.
For the most part.
And why? Because we didn't support them after.
That's it, man. They said we standing up. Remember, again, even though, you know, we're going through what we're going through with Sean Diddy Combs at the Grammys when he was talking about that and about what we need to do and because it's not for us and they're not really going to ever recognize us in these different categories and things of that nature. And, yeah, it was like, it was really a downfall from that point forward.
Is that the same interview? Is that the same Grammys where he also gave a shout out to Cassie after he had just whooped her ass in the hotel?
Bruh.
Am I lying though?
No, bruh.
I'm not lying. So,
no, you're not. No.
So that just shows the
hypocrisy. I guess.
Hypocrisy and dual nature of what is Diddy. What you got? You got something to say, Andrew? Say what you got to say.
I have the names of the individuals.
Who was it?
So it's Don King, Zip, Sean Diddy Combs, and Craig Jones.
I don't know who none of them is.
So, but where are they now?
Where are they now? They got diamonds in their ears like they was famous at the time. Maybe, I don't know.
Big hello, G. Great morning. Love you. Appreciate you. Said Don King going through his own trial right now.
Is Don King going through a trial right now? On the low? Andrew, find that out if Don King is going through a trial right now on the low.
His name has come up in
some
different situations. Yeah, it has came up in different situations.
But that's because Don King, regardless of the things that he's done, regardless of the negatives that he's had,
one accusation away, bro.
He's robbed people. He's done things. He's done a lot of things. But he's also put those black people, put Muhammad Ali, put George Foreman, put Mike Tyson, put Sugar Ray Leonard, put all of these people in the opportunity to make more money.
My brother, may he rest in peace, man.
So we got to honor that as well.
He ended up fighting under Don King.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's dope. He made some money then a little bit.
Yeah, Ricky Machine Gun. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He made a little bit of money. You got all the black boxers that was
had to hold up the little flag and everything.
Right, that was getting raped by these other people, and we off subject, but getting raped by these other people that was taking all of their money. He provided the opportunity for them to make. Now, did Don kind of rape them a little bit too? Probably.
Yeah.
But they still made more money than they would have made before. I'm not absolving him of anything, but I'm just saying those types. And it goes back to our subject of when someone speaks out, are we going to have their back and are we going to support them moving forward?
Absolutely, absolutely. And when we're talking about Truth Nation, don't miss the Truth Summit 2025 presented by 1MKE. It'll be hosted by 1017 The Truth and Good Karma Brands on Saturday, November 15th at the Thrive on King, located at 2153 North Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Drive in Milwaukee. Doors will open at 9:30 a.m. Panel discussions will begin at 10 a.m. Some of the event highlights will be free and interactive community event. It'll be headlined by our Truth hosts, focused on open dialogue, collaboration, and actionable change. Featured panel discussions from the high chair to higher education, rebuilding Milwaukee's educational pipeline. We'll have Dr. Terrence Robinson, superintendent of the West Allenz West Milwaukee School District, and with Dr. Brenda Caselas, superintendent of the Milwaukee Public Schools, the Health Divide, Bridging the Gap in Milwaukee's Healthcare System with Dr. Mark Kennedy, gastroenterology and transplant hepatology at the Aurora Healthcare Advocate Health. Call to action. Reserve your spot today at 1017thetruth.com. No, 1017thetruthsummit.com. Join the conversation and help shape a stronger Milwaukee. Truth Summit 2025, November 15th. Make sure you're there.
You're listening to Truth in the Morning on 1017 The Truth.
Need a way to hype up your day?
Hey, is this Carolyn?
It is.
Congratulations, Carolyn. You just won this
Congratulations. Woo!
God is good all the time.
What would you do with $5,000?
I'm going to buy my nieces some school clothes because my nephew just passed away. So I'm going to get them some clothes.
Stay tuned into 1017 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
School's back in session. Kids have their backpacks, school supplies, and new clothes. But are you ready as a parent? Families are the single most important factor in a child's academic success. This year, get to know your child's teachers. Stay engaged with their learning. Don't be shy about asking questions along the way. Because as a parent, you are your child's first and most important teacher. Learn more about how City Forward Collective is helping families, students, and schools thrive at cityforwardcollective.org.
Fall in Milwaukee, where the air is crisp, the drinks are cold, and the good times are just heating up. Stroll Milwaukee's lakefront and explore its parks as they burst into a kaleidoscope of golds, ambers, and reds. Raise a glass at a beer garden that feels like a neighborhood block party, Milwaukee style. And just as the temps fall, Brewers baseball is turning up the heat. October dreams are made right here. This season, every color, every cheer, every sip, it all comes together in Milwaukee. Craft your perfect getaway at visitmilwaukee.org.
It's 1017 The Truth's Dr. Ken Harris for Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Gina Della and her team at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin always have the winning game plan. Check out the championship caliber play call this month. A whole house of beautiful, new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, and get this, 0% interest for up to 60 months. That's like running a drive that keeps moving the chains with no penalties and no interest. And I can tell you from my experience, Pella Windows actually stop the drafts. You'll stay comfortable no matter how cold it gets outside. Think about it. Energy savings, comfort, and a great monthly payment you can actually manage. That's why I trust Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and why this is the right time to make your move. Call today and schedule your free consultation at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions apply. Ends 10/31 of 2025.
Welcome back to 101.7 The Truth. Tune in to the award-winning 101.7 The Truth's Black Business Give Back Spotlight this Friday at 3:57 p.m. between the Tory Lowe Show and Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris. We will be joined by Alicia, owner and chef at Tasteful Events Catering. She will discuss her catering company and why you should consider working with them, but also her passion for mentoring young people who want to start a career in the culinary arts. So again, that is the Black Business Give Back Spotlight with Tasteful Events Catering this Friday at 3:57 p.m. on the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. shout out to them and what they're doing. Anytime somebody's doing something where they're involving the youth, I got to support that. But let's go back to before the break, brother.
Yes, sir.
That was the longest. I'm just gonna say this. That was the longest read I've ever heard in my life that you had to do, and I applaud you. And you showed your professionalism in carrying that off. Because I got to doing other stuff and look back up, you were still reading. They put the pressure on you with that one. I looked down, looked around, look back here to Andrew, and you still reading. Jesus Christ.
It's radio, man.
Have some mercy on Homer's lungs, yo. Next time y'all write this stuff up.
Hey,
that's all I have to say.
It's live radio with no retakes. You feel what I'm saying?
That's all I had to say.
It's there. It's like.
That's all I have to say. And my man,
but you'll get used to it, bro.
My man on the YouTube line was like, Don King was getting sued, right? Going back to that, and Don King is actually getting sued at 93 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He was supposed to do 2024 Rumble in the Jungle that didn't take place, and so somebody's suing him for $3 billion at 93. First of all, what is Don King doing at 93 years old? Come on, man, retire. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I understand you really ain't doing it. You're just a figurehead for it, and probably your family is doing it, and they're using all of that stuff, but you're waving the flags.
Yeah.
What is Don King doing at 93 years old? I was like, what is Homer doing? But he's waving the flags.
Right. Hang on.
What is Don King doing at 93? You know what I'm saying? But regardless of all of that, Don King should still get our support and should still get some type of leeway from us because of what he's done for black fighters, even though he's also robbed them as well. He's put them in a position to be successful, and a lot of fighters have come through his camps to be successful. So again, when the time comes for us to support those who have supported us, are we going to be there? And that's the bottom line I'm asking here. We've had throughout history Muhammad Ali, we've had John Carlos, we've had Carlos and Thomas and them. We've had all of these.
Had to put my flag up.
You had to put your flags up?
Yeah.
We've had all of these different artists and all these different athletes that went through so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
But are we going to, when they need us?
Yeah,
are we going to be there?
We got to be
Jim
there.
Brown needs us.
Yeah.
There might come a time when LeBron James needs us,
right,
to stand up for him. Are we going to do it because of the things that he's done, or are we just going to be like, get him out of here? And I go back to the fact that we saw the video and we saw the two guns out. If the freak came out right now and said, Luke, there are too many guns in our streets, that's my freak invitation right there.
Okay.
If the freak said that,
yeah, because I was wondering who the hell.
That's the freak. If the freak says that, says that, are we going to stand behind him and be like, "You're right, freak"?
Right.
Pause. I knew you was gonna go that. It's late in the show. It's late in the show. We ending the show. We got about 10 minutes left, and we are losing. It's Monday, but let's keep it together for a little bit longer.
Absolutely. But yeah, that is the thing, and if I'm just so big on that of us like supporting those who are trying to help support us.
Because your thing with the tuna lady.
Yeah. Let's support our Milwaukee. Like again, Alicia. You feel what I'm saying? Let's support. Let's give her the lines. Donna's Delectables. It's so many that we have here in our city that we could be supporting and keeping them busy. They ain't got to wait for nobody else. They ain't got to worry about, well, luckily I'll just have my online, DoorDash and all of that, ordering Uber Eats and that kind of stuff.
Ghost kitchens.
Yeah, we could go and keep these businesses in business. But oftentimes, man, it's like, I don't know them. You don't know her.
You don't know half the people that you support.
Right.
So why you gonna say that's hate?
I seen her on social media though. She be on social media all the. So do these other people.
Mm-hmm.
These other people are on social media too. So if you're saying that that's the key, she's on. These people are on. It's men that are on social media that cook. It's women that are on social media that cook. It's some children that are starting out early.
I don't know Doc Rivers. I don't know him personally. Right. I met him once. Walking is a short story. I met him, Doc Rivers, one time when I was doing a building section on the south side. He was walking. I was like, Doc. He's like, hey, what's happening, brother? I was like, you out here walking by yourself? He's like, man, I got a lot on my mind. Orlando was playing the Bucks in the playoffs, and they were getting this when Bucks was going far. So he had a lot on his mind. But I say all of that to say I don't know Doc Rivers, but the fact that Doc Rivers is able to support something that I am in support of, which is, the bringing the visibility to ICE, bringing the visibility to the wrongs that are being done to those in Chicago right down the street. Because Doc is in support of that, I got to go out my way to try to be in support of Doc when he needs me, when Doc may need my support. You know what I'm saying? Because I've called for the fire in the Doc. I'm not gonna lie, but now I can't because Doc has stepped out his bubble and is out and made himself more important to what I do than just basketball.
What you got, Andrew? I saw you.
I just was like, it's kind of like the soup, right? Good soup, good soup, good soup.
Yeah, it is.
We got a bad spoonful there.
Yeah.
We got a bad spoonful because I said, you talking about I was the soup right there? Or
yes.
What was the bad spoonful?
It's like, we love Doc. He's doing this, doing that. I've called for his fire. It's like, relax.
That's the bad part of this. Okay, I have called for his fire. But that's neither here nor there. He's supporting the people and he's under struggle, so Doc can stay.
Luckily, he's still here. Sometimes, man, you got to stir the soup. Make sure that, the consistency is there.
But then all the soup is nasty.
Okay.
We tripping right now. Yeah.
Chicken noodle soup with soda
It's
on the
Monday.
side.
We had a good show.
Absolutely,
it was
man.
a lively show. It was a great show.
Man, absolutely.
The callers were calling in. I
got to go see the Rocky Horror Picture Show. I never went to see it.
Oh, no?
Yeah, and it's different. And you
saw the actual where people be in the crowd doing what they do.
They had their own
It just ain't the
cast.
movie.
Yeah,
It's the whole thing.
Yeah, they had their cast, and the audience participated, but they literally had their own. Now, normally when they do the midnight showings, which one is coming up at the Oriental Theater in a couple of weeks, I believe, but it's at midnight, but then the people who come, they act it out. So I like that I got to see it with their actual people that done it. So now I kind of get it. But the people that are the cult followers, it was their 50th year anniversary, and Brad Bostwick was there. You get what I'm saying? I mean, Barry Bostwick, who played Brad in the movie. Okay. And I never saw the movie all the way through before. I just seen little snippets. So I got to see it and a lot of different things that Sherwin Hughes and they told me that, you're going to see some different stuff. And I did. I saw some very, very different stuff.
When Sharon goes to the Rocky Horror Show?
I guess he may have went before, so he was just trying to get me prepared.
Rocky Horror Show.
So, I
shout out to Sharon.
So I learned that day. But, the experience, it was, they give you little props and stuff. You got to put this on and put newspaper on your head when they say rain and pop balloons when they putting gloves on. They got a glow stick. They got a birthday party hat, and and they tell you.
It's like going to a rapper show and he tell you to put your hands up too many times.
Yeah,
you got 2 or 3 times to tell me to put my hands up, and then we good. That's like going to a Catholic church and they make you kneel and stand and kneel and stand. The pastor has 2 or 3 times to tell me to kneel and stand before I'm getting up and walking out.
Mysterious or Oblivious said, Tim Curry messed you up, didn't he? Yes. What you got, Dave, as we wrap up, man? Great show, man. I thank you. I appreciate that.
I want to thank everyone for being a part of us this show today. We had a great show. The numbers is up there on YouTube. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube. Check us out on Facebook and just show your love to us. I'll be back on Friday. Love y'all. Peace.
Listen, if nobody has told you that they love you today, I want to let you know that I love you. Please have a safe and nonviolent remainder of the morning, afternoon, evening, late night, early morning. And hopefully the things we have to talk about in the near future won't have to be within our minute degrees of separation. Thank you to the Truth. Thank you to Truth Nation. Thank you to Andrew. Thank you to the legendary Dame LZ.
Yes, sir.
Love y'all. Talk to my agent. I'm up out of here. Peace.
This is 101.7 The Truth, Kyle Wallace, and I am Milwaukee. I take great pride in being a 414 boy and representing the city that I love. The great memories I have of going to Northtown Cinema to see movies with family and friends, to going to Capitol Court to see the Black Santa Claus, this city has helped shape me into the man that I am today, and I pledge to utilize my voice as a way to advocate for you in our community. Join the home of Milwaukee's realest conversations where you can speak your truth. We are the award-winning 101.7 The Truth. Milwaukee Black Talk.
Truth